Good morning, my friends. Rich Lohman here with your woohooing thought of the day. Happy Friday to you. Welcome to the beginning of the weekend, or at least you got to make it through 8 hours if you're going to work. And then once you do, you're on to the weekend. So congratulations. For me, it's going to be a working weekend, so it is A-OK. It's going to be a great day and a great weekend ahead. Good morning, Peter Stippen. Excited to see you. Good morning to each of you as you guys jump on here. Hey, we're going to talk today about practice. And I'll give you some context after the quote. So Les Brown said, always realize that you can get better. Your best work has not been done yet. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, so real story, shooting you guys real, being honest, being vulnerable. Good morning, Jen. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Ken. So we're talking about practice, and I've got two short little stories to tell you guys. First story is we've been in a little bit of this conviction scripture, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered. Yesterday, Lee got a notification from American Airlines that our two of our flights, just the adults' flights were canceled for our upcoming trip, family trip. The three kids' flights were not canceled. Same flight. And she'd been going round and around and around with them all afternoon. And I could sense that the gentleman that she was talking to was, I felt like, disrespecting her and not trying to solve the problem, but just trying to manipulate her and twist her storyline into making her feel like it was her fault. So I actually grabbed the phone away from her and got on the phone. And I have to be honest with you guys, only after I got off the phone with this gentleman, Robert, and his boss, Tony, and got nowhere did I realize love is patient, love is kind, it is not easily angered. And my blood pressure was probably through the roof. I was not happy. I was very, very angry. And so what I realize is that if we're honest with ourselves, we all need practice, that we can't just have thoughts of the day or words. We can't have scripture, that we're, okay, that was good, that was fun, and we're going to put it on the shelf and leave it alone. But we have to actually do something with this. So that's one storyline about practice and just being honest about this. Now, by the way, just so you guys know, we're still going to Cozumel. It's just with a different airline. We're excited. The family trip is back on and excited about that. Second storyline was my partner, Dave Rudine, and I did a webinar recently. And in the webinar, we were talking about beyond your comfort zone. In webinar standards, we aspire to have a webinar that's 40, 45, 50 minutes tops. We aspire to share hope, add value, so that you can live your life to the fullest and that you can really get the most out of the webinar. And we went 63 minutes. It was too long. And Dave and I realized, okay, we'll learn from that and we're going to practice, 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 as the quote is from Les Brown, which is, my iPad shifted, but the quote that Les Brown said was, always realize that you can get better. Your best work has not been done yet. Practice, practice, practice. So Dave and I practiced again yesterday on the same webinar material, condensed everything. Today, we're going to shoot a actual final and actually give it out to people and say, all right, here's take 3. And what do you guys think? We aspire to hit 30 minutes on something we did 63 minutes on and be brief, concise, and to the point with a simple, but amazing, powerful message. Moral of the story is we need practice. And so I'm going to give you guys tips to practice, tips on what practice is, how you can apply practice. And then we're going to make this a challenge weekend. Everybody's going to either just decide to grab the scripture and decide what they're going to practice through the course of the weekend to get better at being a loving, kind, patient person, or practice a skill set like Dave and I are. So the tips for practice is when you're practicing something, you're practicing something that has information. So like in our Passport to Growth, we teach a lesson, we give 5 points, and people listen to those 5 points, our storyline around those 5 points, they fill in the blanks. Then they go into reflection questions, and then we talk about them. So it's interact with the information is the best way to practice it, is just to keep letting it go from your thoughts to your subconscious to your actions, behaviors, back to your thoughts, and just keep ruminating within who you are. Number two is understand the relevance of what you're practicing to you. Why is it important? It's not just practice to practice, but there's got to be a why behind it. If there's no why behind it, there's no way that you're going to stick to it and get good at it. So understand the relevance to you. Learn by doing, always application. I'm a firm believer that people read for recreation, or they read for for learning, but if you're reading for learning, you apply what you're learning. Now the next three, study something, study somebody good at a skill you want to develop, teach what you learn, and find a mentor or guide. Those are next level things. I study John Maxwell, I study other speakers, I learn their speaking styles, and then I work to apply that into my business. I teach every day what I learn. And even this thought of the day in our Passport to Growth program is where I teach what I'm learning and pass it along to other people. And then I have mentors, I have guides, and I have a group that aids me. But I also have my Passport to Growth where I'm the guide and aid other people. So it's a sliding scale of learning from others, practicing what I do, and then passing it along to others. So my encouragement is find something that you can practice, whether it's a skill, or if it's not a skill, it's how to be become a better person using the scripture that we've been into. So I hope you guys find this thought beneficial. Good morning, Danny Joe. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Craig. Hope you're having an awesome day, Craig. And here's the final scripture. Long-winded I am today, but there's a point to that. Obviously, we need to practice, practice, practice. Philippians chapter 4, verse 9 says, whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put it into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. So if we want peace, we study God, we study Jesus, and we put it into practice, and we'll find the peace that God has for us from it. I hope you guys find this beneficial, and I will see you in another thought of the day.